Good morning, Jamie. My name's Christian. I'm the business manager. May I join you?
Yes.
Thank you. I have 3 responsibilities here at the dealership. First is to complete and review your paperwork. Second is to assist you with your funding needs. And third is to get you on your way as soon as possible. May I begin?
Yep.
Thank you. So, for titling purposes, is this the way you want your name to appear on the title? Jamie Johnson, Johnnson.
Mm-hmm.
And is your address 153 Main Ave?
Yes.
And I see you're purchasing a 2021 Kia Sorento that's black and it has 12 miles on it.
Correct.
How long do you plan on keeping this vehicle?
About 5 years.
And how often do you do the maintenance on your vehicle?
Every 5,000 miles.
How many miles a year do you drive?
15,000 miles a year.
Okay. And do you have your maintenance done here?
Yes.
Okay. So maintenance is pretty important to you then?
Correct.
I see you have a payoff of $9,597. Did you verify this payoff or did your salesperson?
My salesperson.
And do you know if you have any service or maintenance contracts that need to be canceled on your trip?
I do not.
You do not. I have your insurance company here as JMFE Insurance Co. Is that correct?
Correct.
And have you contacted them and do you know if you have full coverage?
Yes, and yes I do.
What's your deductible?
500.
These are the numbers that you've agreed to. This is your down payment of $3,000 and that leaves you with an unpaid balance shown here. My next questions are about your credit. Would you feel more comfortable talking about that here or in the business office?
Here is fine.
Let's review your credit application. Did you fill this out or did your salesperson?
I did.
And you work at Pinnacle Corporation as a maintenance tech and you make $52,500 a year.
Correct.
Is that before or after taxes?
That's before taxes.
Before we review your credit, would you say that you have good credit, bad credit, or somewhere in between?
I have good credit.
In reviewing your credit, I noticed a few things that the lenders might ask me about. This World TV and Electric is in collections. What happened there?
COVID, I fell behind. Wasn't a big bill to pay for.
And now the furniture company?
Same thing.
Are any of these accounts current?
Yes.
And do you have documentation to prove that?
Yes.
In order to keep this between you and the lenders, please write me a brief explanation of what happened. I have enough information to get your paperwork ready. I'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes and we'll get you underway as soon as possible.
Sounds good.
Hello again, Jamie.
Hi.
So I see that you've been quoted a payment of $488. I want you to know that you can take delivery of this vehicle at that price, all right? I noticed, or based on the information you gave me earlier, there are a lot of options that are available to you. May I begin?
Yep.
So by choosing the preferred option, you would get the vehicle protection plan. You told me that you would be keeping your vehicle for 5 years and driving roughly 15,000 miles per year. So this is set up for 5 years and 75,000 miles. This is our premium mechanical breakdown coverage. What that means is that it will include all parts and labor if a covered component fails on your vehicle while you're driving it. It also offers a $0 deductible, so there's no money out of pocket. The service plan is set up for 3 years and 35,000 miles. This is you told me that maintenance was important to you. So this is our standard service plan. What it does is it includes the engine oil and filter, multi-point inspections of the vehicle, and also offers value-added coupons. Your total loss protection is your gap. What that does is it may waive the balance of a loan or lease if your vehicle suffers a total loss. So if your insurance company does not cover your total loan, this would cover the difference. Road hazard tire and wheel is 5 years, unlimited miles. It will help pay for repairs of the tire and wheels damaged by a covered road hazard. This also has a $5,000 lifetime payout. And then your ding shield. It helps keep your car like new condition by removing any dings or dents up to the size of a credit card without any sanding, painting, or bonding. These are your payment options. We recommend that you review your coverages for any exclusions or limitations above. Do you have any questions before I move on from the preferred plan? So by choosing the value package, you will receive the same coverages as the preferred option, but you would be forfeiting the paintless dent repair. What that means is that if there were any dings or dents on your vehicle that you wanted to have fixed, you would have to pay for those out of pocket. So you would be responsible for those repairs. These are your payment options. By choosing the basic option, you would receive the same coverages as the value option, except you would be forfeiting the road hazard tire and wheel. So if anything happened to your tires and wheels, you would be responsible to pay to have them replaced or repaired. By choosing the economy option, you would be getting the same coverages as the basic option, but you would be forfeiting your total loss protection. So if there was a total loss of your vehicle and the insurance company didn't pay the full amount of your loan, you would then be responsible for the difference in any negative equity involved. These are your payment options. Out of all the options here, which one best suits you?
No thanks. It's not in my budget.
Okay. So Jamie, I'm just a little curious. What was it about the economy option that concerns you?
It's just too much.
All right. And are you trying to achieve the payment of $488? So I understand that you budgeted for a payment of $488. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions to see if this would really miss the whole beginning? So I completely understand, Jamie. It's hard to see. It's hard to justify the cost when you can't see the value of the vehicle or value of the product. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions to see if this coverage would make sense for you?
No, go ahead.
So you told me that you budgeted for $488 a month. And the economy option would be more like $539. Now let's say the vehicle broke down and it was outside of your factory warranty period. And let's just say that the cost would be $1,000 for that repair. That make sense?
Yep.
Now, with the economy option, you would just have a $100 deductible. So if your vehicle did break down outside of the factory warranty, which payment would be easier to make?
The $639.
I completely agree. Would you like to do the 60 months or the 66 months?
Nah, I have my own mechanic, so it should be fine.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions then?
No, go ahead.
Alright. So where do you have your maintenance done?
At my own mechanic. It saves me some money.
And who, what's his name?
Ben.
Alright. So will you do me a favor? When you leave here today, give Ben a call. Tell him that you have a proposition for him. Tell him that you're gonna give him $30 a month for the next 5 years. But also tell him that he's gonna be responsible for all of the repairs and service on your vehicle. Tell him that if your vehicle breaks down and it has to be towed, that he's gonna be responsible to tow it back to his shop. Tell him that if it's a covered part, he's responsible for parts, labor, minus your deductible. Tell him that if your vehicle breaks down outside of 100 miles from your home and from his shop, that he's still responsible to tow the vehicle back to his shop. And he's also going to be responsible to reimburse you for lodging and food up to $100 per day for 5 days. And tell him that if something like the air conditioning unit breaks and he fixes it and then it breaks again, that he's responsible to fix that every single time it breaks. What do you think he would say to you?
Nah, no way.
Yeah. So if it's a bad deal for your mechanic, don't you think that, or wouldn't you agree that it's a good deal for you?
Yeah.
All right. So would you like to stay with the 5-year, 75,000 mile plan, or would you like to upgrade to the 6-year, 100,000 mile?
The 5-year, 75,000 miles is fine.
All right. So circle right here and give me a signature.